10 officers were injured and dozens of protesters are under arrest. Good evening, I'm Ethan Millers.
And I'm Brianna Stubler. More than 300 protesters took to the streets today in St. Louis following the acquittal of former St. Louis police officer Jason Stockley in the shooting and death of Anthony Lamar Smith. What you're seeing is footage from West County Mall where protesters took to the halls with signs and chants of Black Lives Matter. Last night, protests got violent with demonstrators throwing rocks at the mayor's house. Police threw tear gas in an attempt to stop protesting to no avail. This all comes after the shooting death of Anthony Lamar Smith back in 2011 after a car chase by police. Dash camera footage shows Smith driving away from police officers, and after a jolting stop, Stockley got out of the vehicle. Stockley says he saw Smith reach for a gun in the car and shot him. Missouri Governor Eric Greitens says the priority is to keep everyone safe.
You know, our mission remains the same, and that is to protect everyone's constitutional right to peacefully protest. And at the same time, we're going to protect lives, we're going to protect homes, and we're going to protect our communities. Violence is not going to be tolerated here in the state of Missouri.
As you saw, protesters peacefully marched through West County and Chesterfield malls in St. Louis earlier today. Police closed off an entrance to the shopping centers, and some businesses closed their gates. The victim in Friday night's shooting on the 1800 block of McKee Street has been identified as Nathan Earl Taylor of Kansas City, Missouri. Police are currently looking for the suspect, who was driving an older white SUV or pickup truck. KOMU 8's Charnice Turner is at the scene to tell us about the community's response to the shooting. The Missouri Lottery has issued a scam warning. It all starts when a scammer pretends to be a lottery official on the phone. The scammer says someone won a large Mega Millions prize but must open a bank account and deposit funds to cover taxes and fees before getting the prize. The lottery says it's part of a long history of schemes designed to exploit innocent people. One law enforcement officer says he would never open an account to send the lottery money.
There's a lot of people that fall for that. What the best solution is, if anybody calls and says that they need you to send them money, don't do it.
The Missouri Lottery says it doesn't know who wins a prize until the winner brings in the ticket. While thousands of fans drove into Columbia today, the Parks and Recreation Department wants to change the way more people reach the university. To do that, they're focusing on connectivity. The Columbia Parks and Rec led a 16-mile trail ride this afternoon through the Hinkson and Grindstone Creek trails, the MKT Trail, and the MU Recreation Trail. The entire trail system is longer than 26 miles, and more than 2 miles of it are maintained by the University of Missouri. The city and the university work together for various aspects of that trail system, like adding mile markers in 2015. Future plans will add more miles to the trail, connecting a larger area with downtown Columbia. It was a warm and dry day. Let's check in with Matt and see if there's any chance of rain coming up. Matt? How a horse show is helping kids with disabilities.
Decorating for a cause, how one local company has the finish line in sight for its week of fundraising.
Doesn't look too bad. I mean, I know I need rain, but if it's at night when I'm sleeping, that's a little better.
Yeah, and even during the day, a lot of the times while we're at work and class and stuff, looking good.
Ever-changing Missouri weather, though. You never know.
That's right. We'll keep you updated.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Well, with the defensive coordinator fired, will Mizzou football see any improvement today?
Highlights from Mizzou's first game without Damani Cross. That's up next in sports. Competitive horse riders are gathering for more than just a horse show this weekend. Sunny Oak Farm hosted the horse show, and while performers get ribbons for a job well done, they're also helping those in need. Proceeds from tomorrow's show will benefit Sunny Oak Equine Assisted Activities, which is a therapy program that helps people with disabilities by pairing students with a horse. Horses have a therapeutic effect on people with disabilities while also helping with hand-eye coordination and muscle strengthening.
That kind of animal-human communication, the horses really, once they start doing it and they understand their job, it's the coolest thing to see how they kind of tune into the riders. And I think they sometimes know that these riders are a little bit special.
The horse show will start at 8 a.m. tomorrow and run until about 4:30. Stevens College had its first white physician assistant white coat ceremony today. Family and friends celebrated 20 students from the 2018 class taking their oath and getting their first white coats. Stevens physician assistant program is 27 months long, with 13 months spent in the classroom and 14 months of clinical training. Clinical rotations include family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, general surgery, general internal medicine, behavioral medicine, and emergency medicine. Punter Corey Petone was a bright spot for Mizzou football today.
And that doesn't bode well for how the Tigers did. Highlights next in sports. Now here's a look at what's coming up tonight. In Dallas, Texas, a group of people gathered to protest the removal of the Confederate statue of Robert E. Lee that once stood in the same location a few days before.
Some people are not happy about its removal. We'll hear about a few of these stories. That's coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10.
Next Mizzou football game. Weather's still looking good. Hopefully the game's looking a little better, Matt.
Yeah, at least the weather for the game is looking a bit better. We'll see if on the field it looks any better. My bet would be no.
All right. That's good to
See you
know.
back later.